Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube channel and more importantly, my practice casts of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is cast number 3 and it is going to be sticking with Group A from ESL One Katowice, and that is, of course, Vox Eminor up against FlipSid Tactics. As you can see, there is nobody in the seat joining me once again, so I will be flying solo. The reason I'm doing these casts is more for myself, obviously learning the game, getting up to speed with the game, getting up to speed with my play-by-play, learning every position, every tactic, every nade, every smoke, literally everything that you could think of in the game that you need to see at a blink of an eye. And that's the more important thing. You guys at home could well watch it, and certainly you guys are, he doesn't really know what he's doing, he doesn't know what he's saying. The problem with this game is you need to know at the blink of an eye. Literally, you have no control of the camera. So when the camera guy switches to something, you need to know instantly what it is he switched to, what he's showing you in a heartbeat, because you're still going with your commentary. You're still going. And obviously there's not a lot of switching between what you see with your eyes, think with your head, and comes out of your mouth. It needs to be all pretty much as one, which is where, of course, experience comes in. You need to cover over and figure out what is happening at that exact moment. And that's really why I'm doing these, trying to get myself up to speed on it. I have been doing it a lot off air, but you guys don't see it. So seemingly, judging by the feedback, a lot of you guys wanted to see it. It's not a thing you would ordinarily do unless you really wanted to try and improve by feedback. Personally, not looking so much for the feedback, although it's always welcome. I would prefer to, say, listen to the feedback, say, from Joe Miller, because I feel he's probably a little bit more expertise than, say, average Joe blogs from, say, a Reddit site or, I don't know, HLTV or anywhere, really, that would be looking at it and, you know, maybe give feedback. Of course, I also do take feedback from the pro players, but also they don't, while they know the pro side, they don't really know the commentary side. Obviously, they have their own opinions of what they would like to hear, and I've spoken to a lot of pro players about, you know, what commentators they favor, and actually quite a lot of them have a wide spectrum. Some things like a chilled out view of things. Some people like in-depth detail analysis, and it really depends on the player you talk to, the person you talk to. Obviously, everyone has their own preferences. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into the game. I'm getting sidetracked more into a vlog than an actual match. So it is going to be Group A. Let's switch straight into that matchup. It is Group A, Vox Eminor versus FlipSid Tactics. Quick rundown for you. This was the losers match in ESL One Katowice 2015. Vox Eminor had been beaten by Navi. By Fnatic. FlipSid had been beaten by Navi. So we're into the decider match, effectively, to see who would stay in the tournament, who would go out. Vox Eminor up against FlipSid. So, quick rundown for Vox. It is Sponge, JKS, Top Gun, AZR, and Havoc, the Australians. And the Ukrainians, FlipSid, is Makalov, Blade, Bondik, World-Headed, and Davkost, who was substituting in this tournament for Simple. So, let's resume. I am, again, going to let Auto Director do its thing, because I want to be able to react to what Auto Director is showing me, as if, say, YNK or Vendetta or someone like that was doing the camera for us at a tournament. So I just need to react to what they see, rather than controlling it myself. So that's one of the hard parts, actually, because I know you guys at home, if you're watching it on, say, GoTV, you want to click around and do it yourself, and it's got to find that. But anyway, let's quickly look at what we got here. We can see a couple of armor, no Tech 9s for FlipSid, no Tech 9 bought out, along with those armor that Bondik and World Edit has. A couple of decoys, smokes as well for FlipSid, but I'm seeing an incendiary, more importantly, for JKS, so pretty heavy investment there, along with that P250 for Vox. Of course, they're going to want to pick up this opening round. Quick couple of tags there. You can see Blade took a fair bit of damage, but they did see someone up on A main. It was a pretty heavy push, but it was Top Gun and AZR that have backed away. And just as we saw, a more of a probing tactic from FlipSid than like a heavy rush. Markelov with the molly of his own, setting up. As I say, this is a heavy investment. Okay, molly's gone across. That's going to be a close, looked like it went to Vents on left side, so expecting maybe someone that pushed up on the left. That's probably from Blade getting tagged up early. And now they are going to try and follow through. 3 men through the middle. 4 members bomb in play. Sponge and Top Gun. Top Gun's about to get tagged off here. He's having a peek down short at the moment. Or Speedway, whichever you prefer to call it. I know the Americans like the Speedway term. But but it is going to be a B push. They're coming in behind them. Havoc's in on site. Oh, World Edit getting caught there. Does manage to get one down. Havoc's again taken out. Bomb plant's coming in. Sponge comes around. Spots one on top there. Bonding taken down on the upper. World Edit taken very low, but does manage to get Sponge down. Got one to the left to him. Markelov with him. Trying to cover off this side. JKS in checkers will get taken down. Top Gun, last man standing, up on high, does get one down. Comes around, World Edit, very low on health. Could just get a one little tag, all it needs. Will get the headshot, and Top Gun will clean out the round, gets the defuse. And round number one will go to Vox Eminor, but heavy investment there from both teams, but Top Gun with the triple, along with World Edit, having a very good pistol half. I guess you could say half, because technically it's you only really get the pistols v pistols in the first round of the half. So, Vox Eminor, as I mentioned, invested pretty heavily in that one, as did FlipSid. FlipSid, though, can afford the Tech 9s. They've got Tech 9 head armor, so it's as you would expect. This is the rebound round, I guess you could say, for FlipSid when they start using these. They've got a Galil as well, World Edit, because he picked that triple kill up. Does manage to afford himself a Galil. And they're going to try and creep their way into A side. 2 going squeaky, 3 going main. Markelov looking to read the charge. Flashbang, though, coming out. Oh, look at this. They're reading it well. Havoc already tagging 2 out. Both are squeaky down completely. Davkos and Markelov going to come around the side. Could get himself a third on Blade. Will try and finish him off. Does get the pistol shot down on towards him. Bonding, meanwhile, is taking AZR. It doesn't matter. Top Gun comes in support. And Havoc cleaning up there with the FAMAS. The double through the door was really what killed that attack dead in its tracks. And Vox Eminor go 2-0 up. And a good start over on Cash. So, FlipSid have to reset the clocks. They invested. They went armor and Tech 9 in that one, which means just a single P250 is all that's picked up by Markelov. Everybody from Vox, meanwhile, hanging on to the FAMAS. Here's the Galil that was picked up as well. AZR got that one in his hands. Grenade actually finds its target, and look at that. 4 members of FlipSid tagged down there. Only stripping about 10 hit points off them, but they're going to be piling into this A site in a moment. AZR over in quad. He's going to catch World Edit first. Blade goes down as well. There should be a mow down for them. Top Gun's going to come around to clean up. Oh, and they just line up for him. And a very easy round for Vox, as you would expect, against the pistols and versus rifles. So, 3-0. Good start. That's what Vox needed. Now FlipSid can afford themselves the AKs and head armor. So, they're going to be coming in with not 100% grenades, but very much a close assortment. Vox, meanwhile, of course, can afford absolutely everything. And we are seeing AZR and Havoc both with those incendiary grenades. Meanwhile, Molly once again for Markelov. Let's see what he does with that. We're sticking with him at the moment. Is he going to toss it out? He's going to hold on to it at the moment. Checks on Squeaky, see if anyone's pushed up. They've also got Davkos. He's down over at B site, taking a peek over there. Markelov's going to go for a bit of wall banging through A main. AZR just taking a peek, hopping on over. Top Gun in support. Havoc, meanwhile, who has been playing up here, is sitting around mid this time, with Sponge, meanwhile, on short, just to offer the support between mid. Rotations for Vox. Havoc's going to head over to B site, so clearly Davkos is doing enough, really, to distract them and rotate 2 members down to B site. Sponge pushing up, going a little bit more aggressive in the mid site. I'm just getting all this from the minimap at the moment. Here we go, though. Blade has managed to get himself onto the forklift. Smoke's going down. They're making, catches a glimpse on Top Gun. Does get the head of Top Gun down, but Sponge gets the revenge kill. Bondic pushes out mid, gets himself Havoc. JKS, he's got to push on towards the B side here. Does flash out Davkos. Managed to fully white him out. Markelov going to come on site. That grenade will find his target. It's going to catch the back of him. JKS with the headshot. Bomb now loose on B side. JKS going to have World Edit just at the side. He gets himself a triple. And JKS will do a fantastic job over on B side to keep him out. Bondic was the last man to go down. AZR was there. But FlipSid, the rotation came. But I feel the distraction from Davkos actually almost worked against them, because you saw Havoc. Havoc was sitting around mid and actually rotated down to B site before they got there. And then with the damage done on A site, they were probing, trying to open it. They unfortunately lost a few too many members. Bomb's going to get dropped just around the mid. Havoc's grenade once again, not going to find its target like it did before. Managed to tag 3 of them up. Top Gun, though, with that AWP over on A side, will find World Edit. Trying to push out. This is just pistols, of course, for FlipSid. They're going to rush out. AZR will get spotted by the squeaky member. Markelov putting some good damage down on towards him, but not enough, sadly. Havoc also going to clean up 2 in the mid. And now it is just Bondic, the last man that Top Gun will pick up. That AWP having a bit of a weird sound on my replay. Not the normal boom that you would expect to hear, but Top Gun now with that AWP in hand, already starting to get himself steady. 8 kills already, according to that. Let's have a quick peek. It is definitely consistent with what the tab is showing. Of course, he got a triple in the pistol round at the start, so nice bit of stat padding from those eco rounds. 5-0 though. Vox, 3 members through the mid this time. Sponge tossing out that grenade along with Top Gun, expecting a bit of a mid rush here, I feel, and they are going to find one. That's going to be Davkos going down quick and easy. World Edit's trying to get a scope of his own. He's over on the B site, trying to look towards Checkers, but that's smoked off. AZR going aggressive, pushing out of A main and getting Bondic down. Top Gun smoked off meanwhile in mid. That's going to be mid control being wrestled. They have managed to get Markelov along with World Edit still pushing on towards his B site. That molly into Checkers. He's not going to find his target. You can see Sponge. Sponge is actually a little bit more across there. He's in Checkers at the moment. Blades going to get a peek towards Top Gun. Does manage to get the tag down on him. Bomb has moved its way around. So 3 members now of FlipSid making their way in towards B site. Sponge going to pop out of Checkers. Will find one. He will get taken down by World Edit with that AWP. That smoke is going to be enough to cut them off now. And they're going to try and actually boost through. That's going to be World Edit boosting through. AZR is right there, ready and waiting for him, though. He's going to come straight around the corner. That's going to be an easy pickup for AZR. And now Markelov with the bomb, with it all to do. Top Gun at CT, keeping his eye on this one. He will get the shot, and Markelov will go down. That just seemed a little disjointed once again from FlipSid. I seem to recall saying that against their Navi match, and they just seem a little at sorts. Clearly, obviously, multiple directions they were being pulled in. B play seemed to be what they wanted to go for from the very start, but AZR being aggressive, pushing out of A main, just caused some problems from the beginning, and the aggressive play from Vox has kind of caught them off guard there, it seems. So, let's see how they react to this one. They have, of course, been able to buy up once again with those AKs. Got the head armor as well. They're going to go 1 boost. That was Markelov that's actually boosted at the moment. AZR keeping his eyes on Squeaky, going to go for a bit of wall banging. Top Gun's actually pretty aggressive as well. He's peeking A main. Davkos has got himself into Checkers, though. He's going to get a glimpse on JKS. We'll get some tags on towards him. JKS is forced to back away now, and he may well call for a rotation. We do have Sponge in the mid at the moment, and actually, Bondic was up close. Markelov now pushing on to Squeaky, but mid-play seems to be where it's happened. Markelov's just going to hold the angle. Remember, AZR pushed up last time, which is probably what they're a little aware of. They don't want to get caught out once again. Sponge in this mid will have Bondic just to the left of him, but at the B is where the action is happening. Grenade goes out from JKS, who held on last time. Havoc in the back with that AWP. It's a double AWP setup as well. We should point that out for Vox. Havoc does manage to get that first frag down. AZR spins around, finds Bondic immediately up short. I think the information from Sponge was that there's probably someone around it. You might want to keep your eye on this one. Havoc's got World Edit's number, it seems, as soon as he comes around that corner. That's going to be a quick and early kill for him. And now with 16 seconds remaining on the clock, FlipSid, they're just going to try anything now. They're moving in on site. Havoc gets himself a 3rd. Can he make it a 4th? JKS will get that one. And it's now a 7-0. Solid as a rock start for Vox Eminor. As FlipSid tactics really are struggling to find their feet in this one. They're going to force. It's going to be Galils and AKs, it seems, coming out from FlipSid. Forcing for this one. They're feeling the pressure already. Everybody got a smoke. Everybody got a flash. Smoke, Markelov. That will go straight towards the mid. Cover off the push, which actually Havoc is making at the moment with that AWP. So he's going to be smoked off in that mid. Or he's not. The smoke wasn't quite on target. Look at it. He's got an angle on the right-hand side. That's not good, and that's going to afford him the kill on Davkos, expecting that smoke to cover him off. But he had the angle Now the bomb, it's moving in towards A main, but Top Gun is lying in wait. As soon as he comes around the corner, he's going to find Bondic. Blade has managed to push on through. Could get around the backside of Top Gun. He does. Gets one down. He's got support. Markelov comes through Squeaky. Does manage to pick up that AWP, and now he's going to check out. There's two members pushing from truck, one coming from A main. I don't think Sponge is covered off here. I don't think they're expecting him. He's going to get around the backside of Markelov, and now Blade all on his own on quad, and that nade will find its target. That's going to knock him down to 46 health. Sponge doing the damage. Hasn't been able to get that bomb plant down either. Havoc holding the angle. As soon as he peeks anywhere, they're not peeking for him. They're just making him make the move. Blade is going to try and go for it. He wants to get the bomb plant down, but Havoc is holding that angle. They're going to hear the plant going. Now they move. Look at this. JK, Sponge, everybody moving in unison. Havoc will get the kill, and the defuse will come through from Vox. Very well executed there. They knew they had the positional advantage. They played it out well. And unfortunately for FlipSid, they were on the end of a well-executed strategy. So 8-0. That smoke at the start, how vital was that let Havoc get that opening frag and left the mid completely exposed for FlipSid? They would have been so much happier having Dafgos come through that mid. But it's as it wasn't to be. Double AWP's working well. Havoc and Top Gun. Sponge getting himself across there. So AKs, head armor, everything picked up for FlipSid. This is a fully bought round. As you would expect when they're 8-0 down, they've got that money bank rolling in it, essentially off the, obviously the losses that is just building up. Can they do anything with it? That's the question. Markelov again trying his look at Squeaky, trying to get anything going here, trying a little bit of warbanging. That's going to give the position away. Spongy is in an angle around short in the mid just to come across. Markelov set smokes going out. He's going to make his way through. Here we go. Flash is going out. Second smoke goes out. That's going to cover off short. Now they have to make the move. Smokes are popped. Sponge is ready, though. Just around the back of Forklift. Fully whited. This is working out well. Bondic's got himself in there. That's going to be one down. That Molly, though, in counter. Oh, AZR through the smoke. Then just check the corners. They knew the positions. Play's going to go for a fast bomb plant in. This could be a good round for FlipSid. They got 5 members alive versus just the 2 of Vox Eminor. That Molly straight in towards the corner. Havoc gets one down. Comes around up close. Gets Blade down. Point blank there almost. Bondic, oh, if only he rattled some shots. He's going to see Havoc. Spins around. Gets JKS. Gets Havoc down. And that's the round that FlipSid needed. They're first on the board on the T side. And by God, is it essential. The best they can hope for right now is 8-7. And that's still going to be a tough ask for them. Vox Eminor, of course, have built up a heck of a bank. They're going to be able to just buy straight back up over the top of that one. They've gone immediately back to double AWPs. Havoc, though, if they lose this round, will be fairly broke. So, FlipSid, after finally doing essentially a set play, set smoke, set flashes, all working out well for them on the A side, have chose to try and mix things up here. A little bit of smoke and mirrors going on in the mid at the moment, which is why AZR has actually rotated around, sponged back to Way. He's moved back into Forklift, and now it's AZR's turn to cover off with his M4. JKS, though, caught a glimpse of someone in Squeaky, in Checkers. Havoc is going to be able to find a one. That Molly's going to be on point, but he goes forward and actually forces him into check. And Dafgos is the victim, unfortunately. Sponge will take down one in the mid. Blade's also in trouble. AZR will get that one. World Edit's AWP will rattle through, but Sponge gets himself a second. World Edit's going to come straight into Sponge. He will get the frag. And now it is all on World Edit. They know that he's in the mid. They know that he's going to go either vents or A. He's trying to decide, but he's found Top Gun. That should not have happened. That was a good angle, though, from World Edit just to get that peak. And now in a 2-on-1, it's suddenly possible. It would be an ace for World Edit if he was to pull this off, but it's certainly not beyond the realms of possibilities. JKS, it's a risky play. He's going to go for it and try and peek around the back of him. Havoc's going to find him, though. Got his back against him, and Havoc picks up his second. 9-1 now for Vox Eminor. They managed to rebuy and regain control of the match as FlipSid will be forced to, well, essentially buy what they can. Bondic has got himself an AK, but that is about it. One P250 for World Edit and a CZ75 for Davkost. And now FlipSid back to the drawing board, it seems. Bondik has everything he needed, so he is seemingly the man that everybody's going to throw themselves in front of and hope that he can get through. Blades tagged up already. Davkost trying to make his way through mid, but he's already been spotted. Top Gun finds one. Can he get a second as Markolov goes down? Davkost coming back in support. Well, then it was the second man to peak, but unfortunately, he doesn't want to check out that AWP, that's for sure. Sponge got himself boosted here. He will find it's Bondik that will be pushing around that corner. JKS has it covered off. Bondik does go down. Sponge gets himself a second. Top Gun gets himself a second and a third. And that was a fairly easy round in the end of the day for Vox. A slow A play that wasn't being falled for by Vox Eminor. 10-1 now. The score is starting to become a little bit extreme, it seems, as the match is paused, as FlipSid feel they need to have themselves a bit of a discussion, figure out exactly what the hell are they going to do. 5 rounds is all they can hope for on the T side now. With just one already. I'm going to speed things up while we get through this match pause, because it looks like it may well be a relatively long one. And as much as I'm sure you'd love to hear me filling, it's not something that I'm going to do. So, it was a relatively long one, so it was a big discussion. I can only assume that it was FlipSid that actually went for the pause. Pretty sure we have match resuming. And we are back underway. So, yes. I would ordinarily say if you've just joined us, but I'm pretty sure you haven't just joined us, because it's 10-1 and you guys are watching a VOD rather than a live stream. But do try and do as much realistic streaming coverage as I can with these practice casts. But as it stands, here we go. And it's going to be a fast push straight in towards B side. Markolov, the only man with an AK-47. He manages to get one down. It was Havoc with the AWP. And now he's got one man on site. JKS getting pushed from both angles. Will manage to get himself 2 kills, but gets taken down in the process. Now, Blade and Davkost, the only men alive. He managed to recapture an M4, gets the reload, but now he's all on his own. Gets one in checkers, gets the second. No. AZR peeks around the side. Top Gun being afforded the opportunity to push through. Davkost, meanwhile, is actually going to try and creep around the back of him. Top Gun not going to fall for it, though. And they're going to hold the angles once again. Not peeking it, no reason to. 2-on-1, bomb is loose. And they know that Davkost has to pick it up and try and go for the plant. And the moment he goes for that plant, they are going to essentially collapse in on him. There's the pick. There's a good smoke, actually. This is going to cover off his angle very well. He will get the plant down. That's a decent chunk of change for FlipSid. So, essentially, this eco's already successful. The question is, can Davkost hold it out? He's going to hide in the smoke. Oh, no, Top Gun. He backed away from it, and Top Gun finds him through the box in the end. And it will be a simple defuse. You've got to feel with that smoke down, maybe he could have tried a little something better there, but, I mean, they would have essentially just rattled the shots through the smoke in the end anyway. So, wasn't to be for him, unfortunately, but nevertheless, Davkost, the substitute, had a good effort. 11-1 no for Vox. And this is starting to become a bit of a cricket score as they head in towards the final rounds of their CT side. Vox Eminor with a gigantic lead. AKs, though, will get it with that AWP in hand as well. We are seeing once again Sponge tossing those nades over the top of Boost, trying to get something from nothing, trying to get a little bit of damage down. Bondik, you can see, took a couple of tags, but that is about it. Havoc is going to spin around. He went aggressive. He found Davkost on B. That is immediately going to cause problems for FlipSid. Bondik's got himself up in a good position, though, in mid. Markolov, they could essentially collapse on this one. Sponge also got trouble. AZR, though, oh, he's lying in the smoke. He just hid in the corner. Now Markolov and Squeaky, he's also getting pressed. AZR gets himself a second. Now Sponge comes back around. He's got around the back of Bondik in mid, and this has all gone horribly wrong for FlipSid once again. Will did it with the AWP. He peeks, but Havoc has the better of him, and that's another easy round for Vox Eminor. Didn't lose a single man, didn't lose anything at all. And now at 12-1, their confidence must be an all-time high here. And FlipSid Tactics, well, they may well just be on the floor as they are looking at heading out of this tournament. They have to win this game, remember, to just stay in the group stage in order to get through to that next match. Sponge with the smoke and grenade straight in mid. That's going to block off anything. Something that FlipSid really haven't done a lot of is boosting, and it's not going to work out again. It's another A main rush. Top Gun is going to be the man. He saw the grenades flick past. He knows he has the angle. He gets himself the second. And this attack, once again, is being stopped dead in its tracks. It seems that FlipSid seems to just run into the crosshairs of either Havoc or Top Gun right now. And that AA setup, I would say almost akin to Fnatic, actually, this cash setup. It's something that obviously we see them doing. You know, looking at Top Gun, the position he's playing, kind of JW-esque. He does go aggressive. Havoc's also going aggressive as well when they switch across. Sometimes you do see Olafmeister here on B, but that seems to be how it's working out. Sponge was caught out, though. Davkos with the scout actually getting AZR down. This is now a good attempt. They have managed to get themselves a position on A, but Top Gun with the triple. Can he make it a 4K? JKS is covering across. He will find Bondic on Forklift. And now at 13-1, Vox Eminor have themselves the final round of the half with a gigantic lead. This is not an ordinary score on cash, there's no doubt about it. You would expect a little bit more from FlipSid as they force up and get what they can. It is double Galils, AKs, anything they can get their hands on, they are going for. Is it going to be a fast play? Is it going to be a slow play? The slow play was the one that worked for them. The only round they got was when they did those slow set smokes out. Markelov with his chatterbox. It's a great gun, actually. Great artistry, that one. Little jiggling skeleton as it fires. Here we go. Here are some set smokes coming out, actually. It is seemingly going to be a B play. Looks like it's a fake over at A, but look at that. Havoc once again pushing up. This time he won't find the shot. Can he get rattled through the smoke? Davkos is trying his best. Does manage to tag him down to 21, but he's got away with it. Just as we were talking about that B fake, it was stopped dead. Blade now going to pop around. He finds the back of JKS, gets himself a couple of shots, spins onto Sponge, gets himself down, but he's on 4 health. JKS did take Bondic down in support, tries to hop away, but he's got the support of AZR. But it's a 2 for 2 so far. Make that a 3 for 2 as Davkos gets AZR down. Now they have a chance. It's just the double up setup of Vox Eminor, Havoc and Top Gun to keep themselves with a near-perfect CT side. Markelov rotates. They're going towards Squeaky. Bomb is making its way up an A main. And then Top Gun is the man that will be defending it, but he's going to be doing it from deep, from afar. And it's actually the perfect position in a 3v1. Covering off. He is smoked away. They've checked quad out. They know that it's clear. The bomb plant will come in from Davkos. Oh, but he had to be stopped straight away because that molly was right on point. HE grenade will go in as well. Flashes follow. Now Top Gun with the support of Havoc, who's coming up short. They have the crosshairs trained onto quad, but nobody's watching Forklift. Nobody's watching main. And that's where Davkos is. Markelov's in support, and it will be a second round for FlipSid. Absolutely what they needed. Now, if they can get a good pistol start, they can maybe work their way back into this one after what is essentially a horrific T-side. 13-2. Not the ideal score by any stretch of the imagination. And they're going to wish they had a little more than that. Let's skip on into the start of the T side. So, all on FlipSid Tactics here. They have to pick up this round. Markelov and Blade going with HE grenades, smokes, and flashes as well as a P250. So, everything from Blade invested. Let's see how it works out for them. There's armor also picked up by Davkos. Never so sure on that one, honestly. Armor for the CT side, but it's maybe a question for another day. It seems that Vox Eminor are going to three-man through Squeaky, 1 man in main. And of course, look at the map. You can see all those question marks. The decoys were all thrown around in the mid. Havoc's going to push through on towards Forklift. He will find Bondic. We got Blade actually up above. World Edit was a truck and actually doing some good damage there. Davkos in mid. And now they had the positions. Whoa, JKS popped mid-air there. They had the positional claps now. Question is, can they get the retake? It's a double stack and a peek. That grenade should find its target over on quad. Look at that. Top Gun and AZR both taken very low now. They can push back on in this one. Davkos will find one. Sponge is taken down. AZR in the back there. Does get one. Gets two. Davkos tries to come around onto quad's quad. He will get him down. Havoc, the last man standing. Havoc comes around the side. Davkos so low. Will get him down, but I don't think he's got time for a defuse. He's got to go for it. I think the clock's ticking too much. And the retake's taken too long. And FlipSid Tactics will lose everything now as Vox Eminor go 14-2 in the lead. More importantly, with that pistol run, it is going to force FlipSid into a dire situation. Armor and pistols is all they can really afford. Davkos getting that scout. He's got to land every headshot he can. It is Galils for Vox Eminor. They're going for the Galils rather than SMGs in the second round of the T side. So interesting tactic in itself, but it is going to be a fast rush, it seems. Look at this. Now they're going to actually go quiet. Blade's in a good position. That Molly, the incendiary he's got in his hand, will slow this attack down if he can throw it at the right time. There it is. It's going out. That's going to do a good job, and it will manage to land and find its target. Smoke out goes in there. It was smoke, actually. I tell a lie. I don't know why I thought it was an incendiary. Blade just around the corner. Going to get kept at arm's length here. He's going to rush straight into JKS's crosshairs. That's not going to work out so well. Markelov does get one, but he gets tagged up. JKS getting a glimpse of the feet through the smoke there. Davkos at truck. He's going to get flashed out. And now as the last man standing with that scout, you've got to feel they're going to run him down, trying to do what he can. He gets one, tries to get a second, not going to work out as Havoc keeps him at arm's length just around the side there. Does get AZR down as well, so Davkos got himself a double with that scout. Investment, I guess, I don't know whether you could call it investment paid off. Nonetheless, they lost a round, and that was the more important thing. And now 15-2 match point for Vox Eminor, the Aussies. They're through 36 hours to be here in Katowice. Up against FlipSid Tactics, the Ukrainians, who essentially just came across the border. It was a short trip for them, but they are maybe going to be taking that short trip home a lot quicker than they planned. Markelov and Davkos over on the B site. They may well find themselves in a little bit of trouble here as three members of Vox Eminor decide B site is where they want to go. World Edit's going to come around and rotate with them. Sponge gets blocked off by that molly in towards Checkers. Top Gun alongside him. They go for the boost. Blade tries to come around back of them. Not going to work out, and they're going to actually use that boost and make their way back in towards mid. Bomb is still in Checkers, though, so B site is the right place to defend. That's where Markelov is trying to hold off. Sponges, I think his head was just glimpsed out by Markelov there. Caught the angle. Oh, World Edit just got a glimpse of Havoc as well. Oh, Davkos is going to find Top Gun. The Checkers push is coming. Sponge with Markelov just burning in the corner there. Will get taken down. World Edit's going to try and keep Havoc at bay. He's got the 5-7. Is it going to be enough? Yes, he will. He gets himself one. Tries to get a second. Has to go for the reload. JKS down in headshot. Can he get him? Yes, he will. Gets another down. And this is a 3-on-2 situation. The retake on. World Edit's doing well, but not well enough as Sponge gets Davkos and World Edit down. Bonding now the last man standing in between match. Poor Vox Eminor. And it's not going to switch. The camera decided to stick at the end just to keep me out of it. 16-2 for Vox Eminor. Fantastic stuff overall. And solid play. And a really well-worked finish from them. Overall, looking at the frag spread, it was very much even. But you've got to feel, certainly for Vox Eminor, that double AWP setup was working wonders and their rifles were on point. Looking towards FlipSid, when they're going to look back at this one, they're going to be thinking, how did we really not get this to work out in our favor? Because they just didn't seem to, they didn't stack the sights. Their attacks were a little sloppy. The one really good round that they managed to make was when they did all the set smokes, and that was the round that possibly they should have built on. They should have followed through, but instead it wasn't to be. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is D-Man casting you CSGO action. This has been Group A, Vox Eminor versus FlipSid Tactics of ESL One Katowice. And it was the loser match, so that means it was FlipSid going out of the tournament. And that is it for this VOD. I will be back with the next VOD, which will be Fnatic versus Navi.